Hello, my name is Colleen Meagle. I am an attorney licensed here in Texas, so everything that I talk about is related to Texas. So, something that we haven't really been talking about lately are leases. I haven't really done any kind of deep dives in leases. Um, Really, when it comes down to like a residential lease, residential leases here in Texas are fairly standardized. We have the real property code that it imposes very strict requirements on landlords. There's not too much wiggle room that landlords have on the residential side, but where attorneys have just a ton of fun is on the commercial leasing side. Because there's not someone who's living in the property, the leased premises, to put terms of art around it. Because no one is living there, the way that the legislature really looks at it are, commercial entities are more sophisticated parties and they have the freedom to negotiate whatever terms that they want. And so, the last number of years, landlords have had the upper hand in terms of negotiating commercial leases on commercial space. Um, I think because of the pandemic, the tables have turned quite a bit, and the landlords are in a very different position than they used to be. But in general, right, a lease is a written document between a landlord and a tenant, and that lease is going to provide terms like payment terms and who's responsible for what. And that who's responsible for what is the piece that's heavily negotiated on commercial leases. So if you've gone into a commercial lease and you haven't negotiated, well, it doesn't mean that you got a bad deal, but you could have left some things on the table. It certainly could mean that you left certain terms on the table or you've taken on certain obligations that maybe other lessees wouldn't have taken on, such as taking care of plumbing, electrical, build out, maintenance, um, you name it, right? In a commercial lease, anything is fair game, or nearly anything. But in a commercial lease context, a lot of people are so used to the residential leasing context and how everything is so standardized and fair that they fail to realize that what you get from a commercial landlord may be something more along the lines of what Ursula has presented the Little Mermaid Ariel. And that's not to say that commercial landlords are Ursula, not at all. Uh, but it is important to read all the fine print and to read every word of a commercial lease, as opposed to, you know, you can have a false sense of security in a residential lease that you really didn't read and then you signed. But it's hard to sleep better at night if you have not really fully read a commercial lease and then you've signed it. And that definitely would keep me up at night and it wouldn't make me feel very comfortable as a lawyer. So I don't encourage that at all. But um, really, this blog post is supposed to be just emphasizing that a commercial lease is anything goes, right? And a residential lease is not so fast. And the big difference is, um, the legislature thinks that residencies, you have people really living in there with their families, and then they need certain protections. There's health and safety aspects of a residential tenancy that a commercial tenancy just doesn't have. You're not looking to feel super safe and secure in a commercial tenancy, and you're also, if something goes horribly wrong, right? They feel like a business can take a hit, but maybe a family can't. So, buyer beware on commercial leases. Not because they're all evil or that they're really Ursula, but because you don't really know how great of a deal you're getting unless you have someone like a real estate broker or a a real estate attorney take a look at that commercial lease and saying, well, let's see if we can push the envelope, because I assure you, even though you're not pushing the envelope, your commercial tenant landlord may be pushing the envelope on you and you don't even realize it. So, again, my name is Colleen Meagle. If you need to contact me, my contact information is below. Please feel free to reach out to me. Please follow and subscribe. Thank you.